Okay, I'm live. So this one's gonna be a little bit different. My head hurts a little bit from that nasty weed they was smoking on the streets. But this is about a nightmare or night vision that I had a couple days ago, and I feel like something wants me to get the message out. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. This was a really weird night vision. It was about a little girl and a doctor, and then there was two other women who I think were like the doctor's assistant that were the doctor's assistants. So basically in this vision I saw there was a male doctor, and he was like working on a patient. You know when you like lay back. So I don't know. It seemed like he was working on the upper part of this person's face. So I don't know if it was a dentist or what type of doctor it was. It kind of seemed like a dentist, but I'm not sure. And he had his cell phone right here, but he was like working on these people, working on a person that was laying down. I don't know if he was seemed like he was working on a female, but I don't know. And there was a little girl, her reflection kept showing up on the dude's like phone, or like in between, like this is the phone, and it was like her reflection kept being right here. And it was like she was looking at him like kind of like sad or whatever. I'm not It was just like this face I couldn't explain. And so I have some notes just so I won't forget some of the things that I saw in that. So the door was opening and closing. Like the two women were in here working in another room, but their door kept opening and closing, like a ghost. Their door kept opening and closing. The man seemed like he was working at nighttime. Okay. And so I asked them, do you know what happened to the little girl? Because the way her face looked and how she was like reflecting and kind of looking at this man, like as a ghost, I was like wondering what happened to her. And so I asked them, I said, do you know what happened to the girl? And they said, oh, they were kind of like trying to get me not to worry about it. And they were like, I said to them, I said something weird. I said, I can see dead people and I can hear dead people. I said, like I have a sixth, seventh sense or whatever. I said, I can see dead. I was telling them, I was like, I can see dead people and I can hear dead people. Like I was telling them that, like as if I was there for the girl and I was gonna vouch for her. And so what they said to me was, do you want some medicine to numb the pain? Like they were telling me, did I want some medicine so that I would oh, I'm sorry that you see dead people and that you talk to dead people. Like, do you want to take some medicine for that? Like that's what they were telling me. And so I was just like, hmm. I thought that was interesting, very, very interesting. And so I went back into where the doctor was, and then the girl, she kept like throwing some eggs. It was like a yellow egg thing. She was like throwing some egg. It was like she just kept showing me a picture of an egg. And it was like making me believe that she was poisoned. Somebody put something in her eggs. Like that's what it was giving me, like this that's what was coming to me. It was telling me like somebody, because the eggs went and then they disappeared, and then like it was like she showed me the eggs again. This was like yellow eggs, so like scrambled eggs. So it was something was telling me there's this little girl and she got poisoned by eggs, and somebody that she really loved, maybe it was her dad, was a dentist or some type of doctor, and she was trying to show me this photo album. Like, well, she wasn't trying to show me. It was like a counter, and it was a photo album, and I started looking in the photo album, and it was like I seen the little girl, but then I seen a picture with a bunch of people. It looked like an old school family type picture, And it looked like somebody who looked like her. I was like, is that her when she got older or is that her mom? And so I didn't really know, but I'm thinking maybe that was her mom or something like that. And so then I saw this doctor. It switched scenes, and he was like outside where there was water and there was big rocks, and there was kind of like clothes hanging over one of the rocks, and it looked like he was fishing, but it was like such a private reserve type place, and the vision of how the rocks looked was so like awkward. It was like huge rocks and then waterfall and then water, and it seemed like he was fishing, and it was trying to tell me something about that part too, like with the girl, the little girl. I can't remember it all. But then, so I started trying to get ready to leave. It was like I was packing my stuff to get out of there. And it was like I was doing some type of spiritual investigation. It was weird. And so I started packing my stuff to get out of there. And I had some recorder and I couldn't find this recorder. And I was like, well, what does that mean? And it was like there's some type of record or something I'm thinking that was hidden about this girl or about this family, about something possibly that could have happened. So I think that there's a little girl reaching out to me about how she passed away. Her dad was possibly a dentist or somebody she really loved, and somebody poisoned her through scrambled eggs. The doctor had two female assistants, and they pretty much use medication for anything. So because I talk to, I see dead people and I talk to dead people, and they said, do you want some medicine to numb that pain? Like they said, do you need medication for that? They actually seemed sincere about it, but it was just like I kind of was like, that's awkward. And the funny thing about it was this doctor's office was haunted, like the doors were swinging, opening and closing, but it didn't bother them at all. They were just like steady doing their work. It was like they knew that this little girl's spirit was there, but they weren't letting it bother her. This is actually hard for me to talk about because I don't know anybody like this. I don't know the little girl. I don't know the doctor. But I feel a lot of energy when I talk about this type of thing, and I don't really like to talk about people that may have passed, or I don't like it too much because sometimes you can feel an overwhelming amount of energy and it can be a lot. So, but I just wanted to get that out just for whoever might be listening or whoever this little girl might be wanting to get this message to. I don't know where she was from, but the two assistants looked kind of white, like females, and then he looked like he wasn't black. He wasn't Middle Eastern. He was actually kind of handsome. He looked like he was like in his 50s or something like that. Black hair, kind of like maybe salt and pepper, like, but nice black hair, kind of. But you could tell he was aging. He had the gray hair in there. I couldn't really make out what he was, though. I don't think he was Hispanic either. I don't, he was something, but I don't know. This girl really loved this man. I don't know if it was her dad or what. It seemed like it was her dad, but I'm not sure. But she just would just like stare at him and be giving him like this sad face. And she's like, she wanted him to know something. She was just like looking at him while he was doing her work. Like she was trying to get his attention, but I don't know. It was weird. Anyway, so that was the little night vision that I had, and I'm done with that. Thank you guys for listening, and I will see you later. I'm actually hoping that I don't have too many more nightmares and night visions, because if I told you some of the nightmares and night visions I had, oh god, it's too much a lot of times. I don't even think I get enough rest because it's so much. Okay, talk to you guys later.